Beat. Beat.
Yes, people, big up to everyone. Welcome to the Friday show that we do over here on Shik TV, which is titled The Stretford Chronicles. This is episode number 15 that we are doing on the channel. And we do have a special, very special guest today. As you can see in the thumbnail and also in the title of the video, he will be joining us in just a little bit. But basically, if this is your first time being on the channel or being on the show, this is a show that we do every single Friday where we discuss everything Manchester United related that happened throughout the week. So whether it's a match or news or any of that type of stuff, we will talk about it today. So obviously, you already know today's big topic is us going to the final. So we're definitely going to talk about that. We're going to get my thoughts. We're going to get Flawless's thoughts on that too. And just kind of talk about like our Europa League campaign so far, our performances, kind of like a little in depth over these two legs, and that's really it, and kind of do like a preview, I guess, for the Europa League final and all those type of things against Spurs, of course, that we are playing. So before we do get into that, make sure you guys are running up the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Of course, every single time we are on the road, as you can see at the bottom right here, and as you can see right here, we are on the road to 1K. So I think we are currently sitting at about 820 subscribers or so. So we'll start off by the road to 900 and the road to 1K. So appreciate all the support so far for everyone who's been tuning into the streams previously, who watches this back, not when it's live, or whoever watches it back, who's currently in the stream as well. I really, really appreciate all your guys' support. I see Sunshine. Big up to Sunshine every single time. Make sure you guys do subscribe to Sunshine FC. She says, "Let's go." He's actually showing up today. Yeah, he's going to be here today. It's long overdue. We were supposed to do this a while ago, but obviously, he's a big content creator, so he's very, very busy and all those type of things. So yeah, while we still do wait, I'm gonna pretty much get into it. We're gonna watch something. We're gonna watch a couple of like Ruben's comments after the game and stuff like that. Yesterday, we're gonna hear about some of the things that he was talking about in terms of rotation. There was one thing that he did mention where he was talking about the weekend's fixtures and who are we going to play and all of those type of things. What our squad's going to look like. So it's really important that we listen to what our manager has to say. So we are going to dissect all those things real quick. Let me pull that up real quick. Yes, hit the like button. Like Sunshine says, hit the like button. You guys are always welcome to ask questions, of course, in the chat too, about just Manchester United, Spurs, anything related to Manchester United. Yeah, just ask us as many questions as you want. We're here to answer it all. Let's see. Funny stat. Only 2 Man United managers have reached a major European final in the first season in charge. One of them being Ruben Amorim, the other one being Jose Mourinho. Big up to Lucian every single time. Big up to you, my bro. Hope everything is going good for you on this lovely Friday. Hope the family is great. Good to see you here, bro. Good to see you here every single time. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Lucian's channel too. He has a pro clubs. He does pro club streams every now and then. So yeah, make sure you guys do check out his channel too. So a couple of quotes that we got from Ruben. I guess we'll see the quotes and everything first. Let me do the share screen. Here we are. So this is pretty much after the game, I'm pretty sure. I'm talking about I really want to give something. Oh shit, what the hell happened here? Where'd my screen go? Oh, there we go. I really want to give something to the fans because we've been so disappointing in the Premier League this season. It is more important to give something to the fans than to add something to my CV as a winner. So, of course, this is his first European final as a manager. Another thing is that not only have we been unbeaten this season, obviously in Europe under Ruben Amorim and Ten Hag in the Europa League, but this manager himself has been unbeaten in Europe all season. He was unbeaten with Sporting in the Champions League, and now he's unbeaten in the Europa League with Manchester United. So, I mean, in terms of just his, he doesn't want to really, mention the whole CV thing and all of that type of stuff, but technically he could finish a season with a European trophy unbeaten as a manager, which I think obviously in his first year, and just obviously him coming up as one of those managers like in the world, and he's trying to put his name out there. It's a big statement to make, especially at a club like us, especially with how our season's gone. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying that if he ends up winning this Europa League, the rest of the season was a blah. And this is something that he said himself. He's like, I would love to deliver. I'm paraphrasing, but I would love to deliver this Europa League and all those type of things, but it doesn't take away the season that we've had and the suffering that we've been through. And he's absolutely spot on. And whether that's him, some of the things obviously that he said before about the whole a storm is coming, all of that type of stuff, doesn't really look that good. That storm somehow has we've gone past that storm, and now we're going to sunny days in Bilbao yet again. So the Europa League is not going to salvage the season in terms of how we performed in the Premier League. I think the Europa League, if anything, puts a lot more pressure on him going into next season. Because now I mentioned this in my match reaction yesterday. Make sure you guys do check out the match reaction too. Now that he's won the Europa League and he's pretty much going to deliver Champions League football in his first season. Now, if he does win the Europa League, not only is he delivering Champions League football, but he's also just delivering something as small as a trophy. Yeah, it's not one of the major ones that we want to win. And the Premier League and the Champions League and all of those ones are the ones that we want to win. But it is a trophy that he's delivered. So looking at just what the team has been and how we have performed this season, which he's been a part of, by the way, he has turned it around and he's still somehow technically salvaged something with this squad. Not the season, but he's salvaged something with this squad. I think winning the Europa League would be a big boost for the players. I think winning the Europa League would be a big boost for him as a manager. I think winning the Europa League would do a lot of wonders for our board, even though I don't really trust them and Ineos and all of these guys. But yeah, winning the Europa League for him would be a massive, massive statement to make. And I think it's just, I think Flawless said this on Back Again. It was perfect, and I completely agree with him. This is something that we can use to start and to build something off of. And I've been saying this on shows. If we end up winning this Europa League, I mean, regardless of it, we have this upcoming summer for us is going to be the make or break for our next couple of years. But if we end up winning this Europa League, we now have to go and recruit much, much more than we were going to recruit without winning it, because we're going into the Champions League. We know we're going to need a pretty much a bigger squad. We don't currently have that bigger squad. We let go of players in January. I know some of them are going to come back to the club as loan deals, but it doesn't look like they're going to stay. Like, even though Anthony is having the season that he's having with Betis so far, or I should say is having the last 4 to 5 months with Betis so far that he is, it's just one of those things where I still don't think we're going to keep him just because of the energy that Ruben showed him, the energy that the club has showed him. And I'm not someone who's like, he's had great performances in La Liga, let's give him another chance. No, I'm just past it. I just don't think that he's a type of winger that can fit into a Ruben Amorim system. You can see it. Guys like him, guys like Garnacho, who are quote unquote wingers, can't play in those 10 positions. You have to be good on the ball. You have to be good in tight spaces. You have to know how to play centrally at times. You need to be inverting, all of those type of things. And Anthony and Garnacho are just not examples of that. And it kind of makes sense why he had to get rid of Anthony. He wasn't even giving him game time. Even if you notice, the times when Anthony has come on, he's played as a wingback. And he's not played as one of those 10s. And we've gone and got a wing back in January in Dorgu. Obviously, Mazraoui's been playing well as wing back. His favorite player in the world, Diogo Dalot, just doesn't get dropped. He's now also integrated Harry Amas into the team to play that wing back role too. Yesterday, we saw Luke Shaw playing as a wing back. So it's one of those type of things where, like, he knows what he wants in terms of the wing backs. Like, he wants some sort of defensive prowess to them, but they also do have to be like, let me say this again. So far from what we've seen with him, and so far from the players that we've had in our team currently, he's set up defensive wingbacks, but normally he goes with attacking wingbacks. And I think it just came to a thing with him and Anthony where he just didn't think he was good enough. So even though Anthony is having a great season, I think it's like 8 goals or 5 assists since he signed for Betis. I don't think we're going to look to keep him. And I think we should use this form that he's in currently right now to try to raise up his price tag to maybe try to get some money back for how much ever we did, like for the amount that we did spend for him anyways. So Anthony is someone who, I think he's going to be sold. Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund, even though they get selected week in, week out by this manager, I've still seen a lot of reports of them potentially still leaving the club. And it's one of those type of things where, I don't want this manager to do what Ten Hag did. I don't want this manager to be like, okay, let me just take a U-turn because these guys, even though, I said all these things about them, that Garnacho is not good in the final third, certain players are not good in the final third, they struggle to finish. I don't want him to do a whole U-turn just because they end up lifting a Europa League. That's something that I honestly will really, really piss me off. There should not be a case where just because we win the Europa League with this squad, and considering the season that we've had, we're just kind of like, okay, yeah, you guys deserve to be here because in a shit season, you lifted a trophy. No, the reason why we've had a shit season is because of them. So at the end of the day, if there's light at the tunnel and, you're like, at least I showed up with light at the tunnel. No, you can't forget why you were in those situations in the first place. So it's one of those type of things. If I'm playing Call of Duty with YG and he blows me up or with runs me over with a car or whatever, and I die, and then he decides to revive me, I'm not gonna be like, yo, YG, what the fuck? Why'd you run me over with the car in the first place? I know it's just a crazy example, but it is what it is. And yeah, it's just one of those type of things where I'm not gonna sit here and be on that foolish revisionism that all our fan base love to do, and they are going to do it. So United fans who are watching me with all those, like, any United fans who are watching me, be prepared because you are going to hear a lot of revisionism in the summer. You're going to hear a lot of revisionism after this final if we end up lifting it. Because I know I'm just gonna hear shit like, oh, Bruno Fernandes, our fucking savior. Look at the way that he played and this and that, and look at the way that he carried his club on his back and lifted a Europa League for us, and he's our savior. Blah 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 blah. Fuck off. Genuinely, fuck off. I'm tired of this shit, bro. Because that's why we've been in this shithole this whole time. Because we've just allowed these players to stay here, get comfortable. They don't have to be our previous manager, no matter how bad they played, even our current one, no matter how bad they play, they just have a guaranteed spot into the lineup for whatever fucking reason. And that is something that needs to drop. Something that we also need to bring in to this club. And Sai, I got you. I'm going to get to your question just right after this. Something also that we do need to bring into this club is obviously, more players and all that type of stuff, but just competition. Competition is like one of the most important things. Let me real quick welcome my brother Flawless. How you doing, Flawless, man? Chilling?
Blessings, man. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Everything's blessed. Everything good on your end, yeah?
Yeah, man, it's good. You could have told your babes, we have a show and all that type of stuff, so.
Yo, she can't get enough of me, man. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you talking about?
Nah, huh? I hear you. I look at him looking at himself too, on Snapchat and all those type of things,
Nah, it's a mirror. I got a mirror on the back of my phone, and my phone case had a mark on my face. But what are you telling me?
Well, you actually have a mirror on the back of your phone.
Look.
Damn, okay.
It's a phone case. It was a phone case. Obviously, it protects the phone, but a mirror, you can just whip out the phone. Bam. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually smart as shit. If you ever do, that's actually that's smart as shit.
Yeah, man, just turn the back of the phone.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that for anyone's phone. That's actually so smart.
Head of the game, you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give it out free game. Give it out free game, man. You know what I'm saying?
For real, man. The secrets and all that. But yeah, Flawless, we're just obviously, just kind of discussing yesterday, talking a little bit about Ruben and stuff like that. I'll let you speak because obviously it's been a while since you've been on the channel and what people will probably think about how all this has gone. Just talk about like our run from. We'll start off from Sociedad. Because from Sociedad at that point onwards, we didn't have like we've been in so many shows together, man. And it's just absolutely insane that somehow we've actually reached this final. It still baffles me. I'm still shaking from that first leg against Bilbao. It's just absolutely crazy, bro. All the conversations that we had. Sociedad have this and this. Sociedad have technical players. Sociedad set up this way. Lyon set up this way. Oh, Turkey's going to cook us. If he goes up against Maguire, it's peak. Like all of those type of things that they said. But somehow we have reached a final. Not only that, but in the last 2 games in our European ties, we've scored 7 goals. Yeah, we've scored 10 goals in our last 3 games in all comps. 3 against Brentford. 4 in our last one, 7, and then 3 away till Bilbao. So what's changed? What has happened? Like what's changed?
I'm with you, like in regards to
like what
outside of
what's going on, man?
Ecstatic of being in the Europa League final, also surprised, shocked, astonished because we heard for 3 ties in a row how good the competition was. And then the thing is, I don't watch them leagues week in, week out. I don't watch La Liga outside of Real Madrid and Barcelona. I'm not watching League unless it's PSG, and that's very, very rare as well. But there's certain things you expect. So, for instance, when you face a La Liga side, you expect them to be of a technical level. Even if it's not Real Madrid or Barcelona, they're going to have technically be at least a competent level. They're going to be at a good level or a very good level, even if their players are not their best. Same way with League side, you expect them. That's a league that's very similar to the Premier League. Pace and power players. That's what you expect them. Technically good, but you expect them to be OP with the pace and power as well. Yeah. And we've played Sociedad, we've played Lyon, and we've played Atletico Bilbao, and they've been shocking. Let's be really honest about it. They've been abysmal. I haven't been impressed at all outside of the 60 minutes what Lyon had up until the red card. From when they went, it was 2-0, from when it went from 2-0 and they scored their 4 goals. Outside of that 30-minute period, because it was like 60 minutes to full time, and then obviously there was extra time. So outside of probably that, how long is that? 60 to probably about 40 minutes.
Even in the away, it was Onana obviously who made a mistake, but like we should have probably left from Lyon.
We should have won that.
The lead. We should have left.
The only reason we didn't win that game is because of us and our stupidity, and also Onana's. But outside of Leon, for that period of time, from 60 minutes up until that red card, I thought the teams were awful. I thought Sociedad were woeful in the first leg. They're probably the worst performing team I've seen at Old Trafford this season, and that includes Southampton, that includes Ipswich, that includes Leicester. I thought they were dreadful, Sociedad, in both legs. Leon, I thought in the first leg were terrible. Second leg, they were better. They were, and if they don't get the red card, then they probably go through. But if ifs were spliffs, we'd all be high. So we move. And then also as well, and then Bilbao. Yeah, man. If ifs were spliffs, we'd all be high, man. We'd be high right now. That's why I don't hear the ifs. Because if it was a red card for us and we was the better side and went out, nobody would care. Nobody wouldn't be trying to hear what you got to say about that, or me saying, oh, we were the better side while we went out. And then Bilbao, who actually had the record to back up the claims. Like, you look at them, fourth in La Liga, you think you're of a certain standard because you're fourth in La Liga. Best defensive record. And we played them and I go, is this it? Granted, they were missing their number 10 for both legs. Also missing the Williams brothers in the second leg. But even when they were there, it was powder puff. Even when we went 2-0 up at their place, once they get the red card and we score the penalty, I'm expecting the onslaught. I'm like, okay, here comes the army.
10-15 minutes of just like waves of attacks. Yeah,
we're going to be penned into the trenches. It's going to be grenade launchers.
Stuff out there.
Sticky bombs, Mac 10s, machine guns. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Bazookas. I'm expecting helicopters, the whole 9 order soldiers, tanks, everything, sniper rifles, and they had a rock and a slingshot. Like, they were Bart Simpson. No power to their punch whatsoever.
No, it honestly, like, so I'm genuinely gonna ask you a question. Like, I don't understand it at all, because if I were to ask you this, right, and I feel like me and you would agree on this, if we go with two legs with a side in the Premier League, I could sit here and probably say that we lose. But then if we go with two legs with these teams, who, by the way, some would argue that Atletico Bilbao probably play better than some of the teams in the Premier League. Somehow we've packed them. Yeah, no worries. Somehow we've packed them. So I for me, it's like I'm still trying to understand, how is it that we can't win back-to-back games in the Premier League, but we score 7 against a side that's fourth in La Liga, who had like one of the best defensive records going into this game and all that type of stuff, all the things that we heard. I don't understand it, because it's like lineups and stuff. He goes majority with the same players in the Europa League as well. Like, you'll still play the Holy Trinity of Hell, like you like to say. And I rarely see him try to like switch things up in terms of like who he's putting out there. Maybe he's switching personnel in terms of where he's playing people where, but it's always the same people that we see. But somehow we struggle so much in the Premier League. We genuinely do. We can't win 2 back-to-back games, and now all of a sudden we're scoring 7 goals like against like a Bilbao side that's fourth place in the league. What do you think it is? Like, I genuinely don't know.
I think it's legit the lack of quality.
It's
a quality thing. Like, and word shout out to Kaneki, because he said it about Bilbao
every single time.
Because I was like, you telling me Bilbao are this and that, are this bad? Well, La Liga must be bad. And he was like, yeah, La Liga is that bad. And he was the only one who not only called a United win, but he called a big United win. Because most people who were calling United wins in that first leg were like 2-1, 1-0, like a goal margin. There was no one saying, he was like, nah, well, and he said the same about Leon as well. He expected big goal margins because he's like, these teams are not good. Big up Shine. And that's where it stems from. Like, that's what it is, like, just a lack of quality. These teams are awful. Like, and I can't say they're awful overall, because I don't watch them week in, week out, but against us, they were dreadful. Bilbao, we just packed up Bilbao 7.
Yeah, 7,
7. We just put comfortable in the first 2 games. Comfortable.
All we did yesterday was made changes. He makes changes, and then all of a sudden we score 4 goals, like in the matter of like 25 to 30 minutes. When was the last time we scored 4 goals and a half? Like, genuinely, even Everton, we didn't score 4.5. We ended up finishing the game like with a 4-0, but it wasn't even 4.5. And another thing, someone who we've been praising this whole time, Xerxes, he's not even been part of these games, and we're still scoring 7. And
imagine Ahmad, Mano, and Xerxes were all actually a part of it. We've been
part of it too.
We've been doing this with the freaking Cramp twins up top. And when I say the Cramp twins, I'm just talking because they just, for those that remember the cartoon, just unproductive. know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Two twins that didn't look at like each other in that cartoon, and they were just hella unproductive, just didn't do anything. That's Ganacho and Hoyland in a nutshell. Terror twins. Terror twins.
Yeah, no, 100%. We'll talk a little bit about the final. Obviously, this is some would say this is a touchy subject for you because you got both your teams playing. And
This guy had to say that, innit? This fucking guy, yo. I hate this guy with a passion at times, you know. He invites me on this channel, yeah. This is how he treats me.
I'll just say,
I would never do this on Sarcasm City
you know, the
TV.
funny thing is, all these guys know it's not something new. It's like I'm saying it's new for someone who might be watching it back later, but everybody who's in the chat right now, these guys already know. Like Sai, Time to Shine, like Liv, all these guys already know, man. They already know the whole thing.
See how he treats. I would never do this to him on Sarcasm City TV.
This is crazy. You said worse things about me. You've called me a slag before. Let's not forget.
What? Was you acting like a slag? Was you acting like a slag at that point? Was it just an astute observation? Was it an astute observation? Why?
It probably was. I probably did deserve it. I probably
did. So you was acting like a slag. So I said slag. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, act with some decorum, but carry on as you were.
No, but okay, on a serious note though, what are we saying about this final? Because obviously, like, Spurs have beaten us 3 times this season. Everything probably does, like, in terms of that, it will probably suggest, like, if you look at the same way that we looked at Bilbao before this game, we would probably suggest that Spurs do beat us. What do you think? Is there anything that, like, is a certain way that you would set up, or do you think it's just go with hope, passion, vibes, try to win every 50-50, and that's how we fucking lift that Europa League? What would you say?
I think it's hope, passion. You need those things, and this manager going to put out this idiot lineup as well.
Yeah.
However, the reason why I think we beat Spurs, I think we have more X factor in the final third.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. I look at that, like I look at Ahmad, I look at Maino, I look at Bruno. You can throw Casemiro in the mix as well. I think with those 4, we have more than Spurs going forward. And then adding Casemiro in regards to a defensive standpoint and just overall play, at Euro, at Delete if he's fit, at Maz. I just think we have more quality individuals across in regards to both teams. And don't get misunderstood, Spurs will be confident. They beat us 3 times this season. We haven't beaten them since 2022, I believe. So they'll be super confident. But I just look at our team from an individual aspect, and I look at how many X factors we have across the pitch, and I just think we have more. With them, I look at it, you got Kulusevski, yes. Son, yes. That's it. They're the only 2 players I look at in regards
to Maddison as well now too.
Maddison gonna be injured. You could have added Maddison.
Bergvall is out for the season. Yeah, Bergvall's out.
And you have good players. Like I rate Van der Ven. I rate Adogi, even though he's not had a good season. Porro's a good player, I think, as well. Romero is also. I also think Vicario's a good goalkeeper. Solanke is a competent striker. But I just think that we have more than him. And this is the problem, Shine. He's not gonna get the lineup right. He's going to play this dusty lineup, and then we're going to bring players off the bench, and we're going to look better. Like yesterday. That's exactly what happened yesterday.
So I'm looking at the lineup that he played when we lost 1-0 to them. We started with Onana, De Ligt, Harry Maguire, Mazraoui as the back 3. We had Dorgu and Dallo playing as the wingbacks, Casemiro, Bruno playing as the pivot, and then Garnacho, Xerxes, and Højlund was the lineup that he played for the front 3. And to be fair, though, like I'm actually like, now that the game's like kind of coming back to me, we could have probably won this game. Don't forget, Garnacho missed that 1v1 that he had in that game, and he just absolutely skied it. And we could have honestly gotten something from that game. And then even in the other one in the Carabao Cup, like we lost 4-3, but we still ended up scoring a couple of goals. And we still look like we were kind of in that game as well at a certain time. And obviously, like Diallo was out for that game too. So that obviously could have helped. But that's the biggest thing for me. I think, when you talked about the lineup, that's the biggest thing for me. I swear if he doesn't start off with like those people that he brought on towards the end of the game yesterday, we're cooked. Because I heard you say it on Back Again. It might be a little too late when he does bring them on. Like it might be a thing where maybe we're down 2-0 or maybe we're down whatever it is. And he just brings them on super, super late. But one thing I will give him, though, is that he's not one type of he's not like Arteta who just sits there and doesn't make the changes. Like I've seen him in games bring on all attackers just on the pitch to try to get a goal.
He'll bring it. It might just be too little, too late. That's the problem.
Might be too little, too late. There was a quote that I was trying to pull up where he did talk about team selection. So he was basically saying, like, someone asked him that, are you going to be looking to like rest the players? He said, I wanted to play some of them because he's like, it's still good if they continue to play. But he's like, I want to basically play, like I could be paraphrasing, like, yeah, basically want to play players who are not prone to injury. So he gave an example of Bruno Fernandes, how Bruno Fernandes doesn't really get injured and stuff all the time. So he was like, oh, I'm going to probably play him. Maybe he features on the weekend against West Ham. Maybe he'll play against Chelsea on Friday. But yeah, like I would rest everyone. Genuinely, like, just don't even, maybe you can give them like 15 minutes at the end of the game where like you bring them on, you bring a couple, like you make all those 5 changes together and you just kind of give them like match fitness, game time, all of those type of things. But he has to get this lineup right, bro. Like he has to get this lineup right.
No, absolutely.
What would your starting 11 be for the final?
For the final,
yeah,
that's to be honoring goal.
Yeah, this is also considering like we're still 2 weeks out, but like right now with everyone fit, let's also assume that like De Ligt's fit as well.
Yeah, I go Maz, De Ligt, Euro.
I'm right here as well. I'm here. Yeah.
Maz, De Ligt, Euro. Yeah, his babes just messaged him. FaceTime quick. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. Yeah, don't laugh. It's okay. Look at him smiling, yo. His babes just, man. It's cool, man. Don't worry about it. I'll hold down the show. It's all right, man. Shout out Mrs. Shik, because she deserves the world for dealing with you. But yeah,
you're gonna get me in trouble, you know. Now my mom's gonna ask after the stream what Flawless talking about.
Hey, to Sheik's mom, hello. I hope you are well. I hope you're dealing with this fool here in an okay fashion, and I hope you're well and everything's good. But yeah, Euro, De Ligt, and Maz is my back three. Maz right side centre back, De Ligt central centre back, Euro left side centre back. Wing backs, I go Dorgu left wing back, Ahmad right wing back, Casemiro Agate in the pivot. And then I'd go Maino and Mount as the 10s and Bruno up top. That's what I'd go with.
Play Maino and Mount as the 10s and Bruno up top?
Yeah, I'd play Bruno up top, yeah. Because there's no Cheeto and I ain't playing Hoyland.
I hear that, bro. We can't even. Like,
it is what it is. Like, there's no. Is it ideal? Do I particularly like that front three? No, but it's better than Bruno with the Terror Twins. So, yeah.
Fuck, man. Jeez, these guys are so fucking bad. It's crazy.
Yeah. And he's going to play. We know what lineup we're going to see. That same dusty lineup he's going to play. Onana in goal. Let's say De Ligt isn't fit. It'll be the same back three of Euro. Yeah, we'll go Euro, De Ligt. No, so we'll go Euro, Maguire, and Maz. Then he'll play Dorgu, Ahmad as the wing backs, Casemiro, Agate, Bruno, and the Terror Twins. That'll be the team he goes with. Now, if De Ligt's fit, he might go De Ligt at right side is centre back, Maguire at centre back, Euro. And who knows, he might play Maz right wing back and then play Dorgu left wing back and bring Ahmad over.
Yesterday he played him. He was playing in the 10.
Yeah, he might play him in the 10. Or in him, he might not even play Ahmad. Who knows? He might not even start on some foolishness.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Because I remember Ahmad was on our bench in the last time we played the Europa League final against Villarreal. Yeah, so I saw like some shit on Twitter today that hopefully he gets to start and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I hear you, bro. It's really it's the lineups. That's the way that we win. That's like he puts out that lineup that we just talked about, and I'm confident. And that's really just the only thing. Another conversation I didn't want to make is what do we do with Lisandro Martinez? He's lost his spot in this team.
I was
just thinking because I was literally just thinking about this. Euro's taking his spot. Euro, like Euro. I would start Heaven and Euro over him.
Yeah, Euro and Heaven. He's got to fight to get back in the team. Once he has to get back to full fitness, and 2, fight for your spot in the team.
Would you tell him
with this system he's done? Yeah, I'd tell him.
You tell him.
Yeah, just more so because of 1, the injuries, and 2, this system don't suit him at all. So if you can get money from him, sell him. You got Heaven who can play over that side. You got Euro who can play over that side.
Yeah,
Maz can play over that side if needs to be. You got 3.
Yeah, the only thing that I would say is like maybe his like passing to a certain extent is good, but then like it's like we're not even looking for that technically in this type of system. Like we don't try to play long balls and all those type of things. But I hear you. Yeah, Lisandro. I was thinking about this. Like I saw it on Twitter too. Like Lisandro Martinez has lost his spot, and it's going to be a tough time for him to try to win back his place into this team too. Because I know like the manager loves Euro. The manager loves Heaven as well, like the way that he integrated both of them basically into the squad. The way that he has, like, there's really no space for Lisandro Martinez, no space at all. We'll talk. Big up to Ryan, doing great, man. Hopefully you are good. Obviously about your whole news that I heard personally. So hopefully everything is going good with your family, man.
Is this another Ryan?
It's another Ryan. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Hey, big up to you, man.
Yeah, the real Ryan. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the real one. Nah, the real one. After
this summer, if we end up winning this Europa League, big, massive pressure on Ineos to go and get us players because we're going to be competing in the Champions League and we're probably going to need a squad and all of those type of things. Your thoughts on that? Like, yeah, what are you expecting from them, like in the summer and all those type of things? Like, yeah, like just a little bit about that.
Yeah, go recruit like you have been recruiting because you've recruited well. That is the one thing I've praised Ineos for and will continue to do so. The summer window, January, you've bought really well. The only player I have a question mark over is Agate. When I say that, it's not necessarily the players being world beaters. It's about getting value for money. And all the players we've signed have either lived up to their value so far or exceeded it, in my opinion. So I look at that, go and continue to do so. And all the names were linked with I like. Like when you look at strikers, whether it's the lap, whether it's Osherman or whether it's Mateta, for example, those three, that even though I have my preferred options 1, 2, and 3, they're all 3 players that I understand why we're looking at them and I'm happy to go get. I look at the price points with them as well. Cunha makes sense. And Bremo makes sense. Diblin makes sense, for example. These are obvious, and that's something we haven't done in a minute, is buy from within the Premier League. That doesn't mean don't go and get a Cherky if it's available. Don't go get an Osherman if it makes sense and is available. However, I'm all for going to get a Cunha and then Bremo because you don't have to worry about them settling in, 1, to the country, 2, settling into the Premier League because they're here. They're in the country already. They're in the Premier League, so you don't have to worry about that. Just can they deal with the pressure of playing at a bigger club, which I believe they can when you look at those 2 in particular. So with Ineos in the summer, I think they're under a massive pressure anyway. Whether we win the Europa League or not, we need players.
Well, regardless, whether we win it
regardless,
or not,
just for the sheer amount of players who are leaving. That's what it is. We got 4 players out. Like, bear in mind, even if them 4 loan players come back, our squad is still short. So you take them out of it, it's even short. We could lose up to 10, 11 players. You got Rashford out alone, Anthony out alone, Sancho out alone, Malacia out alone. So that's 4. Ericsson could leave on a free. Lindelof
He's leaving. They're both confirmed leaving because they're not going to renew their contracts. So
that's 6. So Nana's been linked with a move away because we've been linked to a goalkeeper. Ganacho's been linked with a move away. Hoyland's been linked. We don't know what's going to happen with Casemiro. It's 10 players. Evans is leaving.
10 fucking players, you know.
Evans is leaving. That's 11. Lindelof could leave. That's 12.
I don't think we can. Yeah, that kind of scares me though. Because can we? How many players do you realistically think we're gonna go out and get?
I think we can get 5 to 6 players.
This summer window we got Delict, Maz, Euro, Ugarte, Xerxes. Yeah, it was 5. Yeah. Okay.
So 5. I think we can go get 5 to 6 and then add in youth players as well. That's how you make up for that. Let's say you sign 5 players and you bring through 3 or 4 youth players. That's 8 to 9 to replace what you've had. Cool, because it's about 2 players for each spot. Centre backs are actually pretty calm, so you bring in.
You know what? Centre backs we are.
Centre backs, you look at it with Euro, Maz, Delit, Heaven. I'm missing someone. Maguire, if he probably stays as well. Let's say we bring through Fredrickson. That's your 6. Martinez, we forgot. 7.
Martinez.
So you've got more than 2 for each. So you got Martinez there. Midfield is where we are really like in the central area.
Yeah,
it's literally Casemiro, Bruno, Agate, Collier. Let's say those 4 stay. You need better profile. So you'd need a couple more in there. One to start and one who's definitely a starter and one who's maybe more potential. Left wing back, you got Dorgu, you got that Pedro Leon coming in. Right wing back, you got Amad Diallo. You've got Maz can play out there as well. Dalot can play there, even though he's no good. So you're kind of set there. 10s, this is where the issues lie because we've got no Anthony, we got no Rashford, we got no Sancho. Like there are 3 players right there that you look at and go, all right, they would go and play in there. So, and especially if you lose Hoyland and Garnacho, you literally left with Ericsson's leaving 2. It's Xerxes, Bruno, Mount.
Yeah. This window has to be like attack heavy, man.
So you go get your 2 10s, go get a striker. So that brings you 3. I'm blessed. Big up to Ryan. I'm good. I hope you're good.
Ryan. Every single time.
That's what I'd say with that.
Yeah, there was a question.
Bring me Cunha, bring me Bremo, and bring me a striker.
Yeah. Would you be okay with just Delap? Because I've been hearing some people saying like, oh, I'd be okay with just Delap coming into the team. I wouldn't, because I think it's the same situation as Hoyland. Like he's still, he's had a good season with Ipswich, but I still think he has a lot to prove. Like in terms of a club like this, it's different when you play at Ipswich and it's different. When you play at United, for sure. And it's just one of those type of things where I don't want us to be in the same situation with Hoyland, where we just have to rinse and repeat all the time. He's probably under shit form, but just because we don't have other strikers, Ruben's going to continue to play Delap and just run him through the ground if that does happen. Now, this is not me saying like, oh, Delap can't turn into like a good player and can't get consistent goals for us next season. I just think it would be better for him in his situation if we are trying to make him into a player like that, to have someone experienced around him as well, to kind of take a little bit of weight off of him. Like I've been saying this for the longest time. I think we need to go get a top striker and then someone like Delap as well. Like Osimhen and Delap for me would be peach. Like that's the one that I would love, because we're going to be if we do win this Europa League, we're going to be playing in the Champions League. Obviously the cups and all those type of things are there as well. It's just going to be a shit ton of games. Like look at just how Liverpool and all these teams who did compete in the Champions League this season, their fixtures, games after games after games, constant complaining about squads and all those type of things. And we will find ourselves in that type of issue if obviously Ineos don't go out and recruit the players and get the players that we need to, because like you just said, we're going to let go of 10. And we're probably going to let go of 10, and 10 players at least are being linked away from the club. And we're going to need that squad for the Champions League. And then also considering like how we performed in the Champions League last time, I do not want to see that shit again, bro. Like I don't want to go to the Champions League just to get embarrassed. And I think we could finish probably in the top 24, like 9 to 24. I think we could finish if we do go out there and try to get, players and all. Now above that, I'm not going to, make outlandish claims or whatever, but I think it's doable. And this manager has had a good track record in Europe too. He's been unbeaten all season in Europe. Yeah, he's unbeaten in Champions League and in the Europa League so far as well.
Is yours gold? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. My day is gold. But in regards to it, I'm cool with the lap for this season, but it's with the 2 10s have to be quality. So let's say we go get Bremo and Cunha, or it is Cunha and
Turkey,
or Cunha and Cherky. If the 2 10s are like a certified, I don't mind the Delap, because the lap at 30 million, you can then go in the season after if he don't live up to it and go get a senior striker. He went a starter price tag. It's not like you bought him in for 80, 90 million and he's not on big money as well. So it's not a demand of first team football. Well, Delap wouldn't be my first option. My first choice would be Osimhen. But if we go get Delap, it has to be an addition. We need 3 new attackers to start, period.
Because even if those guys get injured, like I'm not trying to see these guys again, bro. And that's the thing that I'm saying. Let's say we just signed Delap and we do the whole the thing that you're saying, that sign like 10s, bro. That's peak, because if Delap gets injured, who's gonna start, and he's gonna be our only striking option as well, other than Cheeto, of course, who still is gonna develop and all those type of things. But he's gonna be literally the only other striker at this club, and I just don't want that situation. And even though I feel like we are probably gonna get into it next season, where he's gonna have to use some of these players that we've seen this season, I just don't want it, bro. It's just I don't want one striker. Genuinely, we have to go out there and get 2, or we have to, like you said, get a lot of attacking players for sure, because I just don't want to see the rest of these guys, bro.
Yeah, that's why you hope that Garnacho and Højlund are moved on, because then the backup 2, let's say it is 3 new signings, the backup to them is Ahmad, is Bruno, is Xerxes. Cool. Is Mano. Hear what we're forgetting? Our backup, let's say hypothetically, those are the 3 we go and get. Our backup 3 is Bruno, Xerxes, Mano.
Yeah.
That's a quality backup. That's a quality 6. If we go and sign 2 central midfielders that we should, now we're talking quality. This ain't really difficult like that. We're not aiming to win the Premier League. We're not aiming to challenge for the Premier League. It's about becoming a competent side. So go sign 3 new attackers. Imagine like I said, your backup 3 is Mano, Xerxes, Bruno. Then it's competition for places in there. Maybe Delap and Xerxes don't play. Maybe Cunha goes as the false 9, and it's Mano and Mbeumo with him. You don't unnecessarily have to be a striker, because both Mbeumo and Cunha, I use those 2 as examples, can play 9. They've both done it for their respective clubs. So that's why I'm not really too forced. To me, it's about just getting first teamers in now who are competent. I always use Arsenal as an example. Look at the Arsenal sides that finished 4th and got them top 4 again, and got them seconds. They weren't great, like Ramsdale. We don't need a world beater of a goalkeeper. None of the Ramsdale, a solid goalkeeper. You know what I'm saying? Decent goalkeeper. Nothing special. Decent.
Does the job or whatever.
That's what we need in regards to that. So if you go get a striker that's like that alongside 2 players who are very, very good, because I'm sold on Cunha and whoever else we go get, I think we'll be all right. We're going to send us a question in the chat.
Yeah, a couple of questions. Yeah, a couple of questions. So we'll start off with this one. Sheik, with Cass performances are good in the last 1 month. Do you think United keep him, or do you want another new midfielder alongside Cass? This is one thing I'm going to say because, and I think Flawless is pretty much on the same page too. I never had a problem with Casemiro. Never. I never thought like, oh, Casemiro's slowing us down. Casemiro's too old. All those type of things, and it's showing. Because I don't think we were using Casemiro the way that we needed to use Casemiro. And you need to play one of those players alongside with him to allow him to do all that dirty work, because he's also shown me right now too that he actually is a quality, like he can pass the ball and he's good in front of goal too, a threat in set pieces. And I've always felt that about him. And I've never, like, since all these things were being said about Casemiro, when we heard about all that, leave the football before the football leaves you, all that crap that Jamie Carragher was talking about, I never turned on Casemiro. And I know there's a couple of United content creators out there who don't rate him and probably want him sold. And to your question, Sai, I would keep him. I would keep him as an option. I know he's on high wages and all those type of things, but I'd probably just keep him for next year. So we can go out and, get somebody else and recruit from there. But I'd keep him. I would keep him.
Because of how light we are in that area, yes, but I still want 2 starter level central midfielders.
Yeah,
all we've got. Agate it to start. Collier, as much as I like Collier, baby hanging back. Collier,
you hear that I'm still speaking to you, right? Like,
yeah, 100%. Yo, you can tell her, you can whisper it to her 1 minute or wave to her 1 minute in the camera. It's okay, man. We don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Someone got a point with you. So as I was saying, Collier's not a starter. You know what I'm saying? Agate ain't a starter either. So that leaves you with Casemiro solely in there. Bruno, you could argue, is a starter. Yeah, so you got 2 starters. Like, that should never happen, and they're not good foils for each other. We need better profiles. We need 2.
Yeah.
We need some more athleticism in there, point blank, period. Because we just get ran down in the midfield. So we need some athleticism. We also need some technical players as well. Give me someone who's a freak athlete, who's technically good. Run me that, not Onana. And when I say Onana, Amadou Onana. We need someone like that in there, who's just a freak athlete, but can also keep the ball ticking. And bring me someone who's technically very sound. Yeah. Like, who's either a great ball carrier or that's crazy. Hey yo, that is crazy work. That is mad. But someone who's press resistant, either by being able to carry the ball up the pitch or is press resistant and can spin a man, unlike Declan Rice, like we need somebody who can spin a man. Or both. Yeah. Someone who can play with their back to goal, like very similar to, you'll see De Jong and Pedri, they'll spin man. Yeah, Vitinha will do that as well. But they can also, like I said, carry the ball up the pitch as well. So I think
Vitinha is the profile we definitely need in the midfield.
But it can't be just one without the other. Yeah, you can't just go get a Vitinha, but then can't go get someone who's adding some athleticism in there, man. But he's also technically very sound. Like a Belieber, for example. Yeah, that's the profile we need. Someone whose physical attributes is there, but technically is very good on the ball as well.
The only midfielder that I can think of that we've been linked to is just that Ederson guy. Like that's about it. That's the only one, and he's not the profile that we're describing at all either. So yeah, I completely agree with you. We've been saying it for time. We need ball carriers in this team, man. Pause again, but yeah, we do. We do. But yeah, cool. Another question, Flawless and Sheik. This is a very good question too. How do you rate Ruben's season, no matter what happens in the Europa League?
It's been horrific.
If you were to rate it out of 10,
if we're excluding the Europa League final, 1. It's been dreadful.
Yeah, it is 1. I would say that.
Excluding the Europa, like not including the Europa League final, it has been horrible. The only thing then it's been a terrific end to a diabolical season. It's like a film that's terrible, but the ending's good. You turn around and say, "Hey, that's a good film." I think we've all watched films like that. They were like, yeah, horrific. The beginning was terrible, the middle was terrible, but the ending is absolutely fire. You go, that was a fire film. Like, what films like that? Even though it's not horrendous. Infinity War. What makes that a top film is the ending. Yeah, like the latter part of Infinity War is absolutely crazy. Bear in mind the other part's good, but that's what the ending is what takes it over the top. But if you win the Europa League, 7. Without the Europa League, 1 to me.
I'd give him a 5 if we win the Europa League still, bro.
Okay.
Because bro, think about it. Without, like, obviously without Europa League, I completely hear you. 1 out of 10, because then he will go down statistically as the worst manager in Manchester United history for a season. So the Europa League is obviously the only thing that's like saving him at this point. But I'd give it a 5 because, bro, like it's a lot of mistakes that he's made, and then he's later admitted onto it too. That's one. So, like, for example, Casemiro, not using him at all in the squad, and now all of a sudden he wants to praise Casemiro and be like, oh, well, he's turned things around and all of those type of things. He was always there. The player was always there. All you need to do is just give him a chance. Another thing is the things that he says. Garnacho's not good in the final third. He's not, he can't play well in those type of positions. Continues to play him. Højlund, like he'll talk about a game where Højlund didn't score. I think Højlund had the best game in a Manchester United shirt. Like, what type of rubbish shit is this? Like, and it's one of those type of things where it's a lot of question marks for me still. Like, I like the system. I like the way we play. I like everything about that. It's just I don't like the people that he picks for it. And maybe this is just me saying this because this is all that he has to deal with. Or maybe this is one of those type of things that everyone likes to bring up, that he's trying to show the board to get him players and all of those type of things, which I still think is foolish. But yeah, I'd give it a 5 out of 10 because the rest of the Premier League season has still been absolutely shit, man. Absolutely shit. Oh, shout out to Mons. Big up, Big Six Bench Raid. Big up, man. Big up to Mons every single time. Shout out to Mons, man. Yo, I was absolutely dying today, bro, and back again. I was dying and back again, bro. Like, I just woke up first thing and I turned that on, and you guys were talking about the whole 2004 shit. This happened in 2004. That happened in 2004. Oh my goodness, man. Shout out to Monso every single time. Big up Mons, bro. Every single time. Big up CP. He says big up the 2 frauds as well. Big up to you. You absolute crook. Look at irony.
The irony of the king of crooks. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the frauds. You are the crook connoisseur. What are we talking about, man? You are 100%. the epicenter of complete fraudulence. What are we talking about here? The cheek of it.
Sai says, wait, Flawless, you don't rate Ugarte as a 6? Let's talk about Ugarte a little bit too.
I rate Ugarte. Hear what I said. I rate Ugarte as a 6. What I said is I don't think he's a starting 6. So him as part of the squad, I don't have too many complaints with. My biggest issue with Ugarte isn't his profile, isn't his quality. It's the fact that we paid 60 million for him. If Ugarte was 30 million, I'd be cool with it. Because let's say we're in the Champions League and we're playing away to Real Madrid and we want to be a bit more defensive. And Ugarte plays in that game where we're gonna have less of the ball. That's cool. The problem is that most games are not like that. Like, Ugarte is only really very useful in specific games. When you look at Agate's better performances, it's been Liverpool away, where I thought he was good. Arsenal away, where I thought he was good. I think, did he play in the City game away? Yeah, he did. City game away, I thought he was good. Where you're going to have less of the ball. And that's needed because there's going to be times, even in certain games, let's say we're playing West Ham at home and we're up 1-0 and the momentum's with them and we're trying to see out the last 15 minutes for Ugarte on the pitch. So I think there is uses, but him starting week in, week out, no, we need someone who's technically better. Our midfielders need to be better on the ball, period. We've got to build up from the back. That's why I said profiles, technically sound. Got to play the ball through the lines. Need some more athletes as well in there.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not actually sure if he did rate or not, but I could be wrong because I just checked and I don't think he did. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. Shout out Mons regardless. Flawless, do you see Dorgu as a left wing back?
Yes, he just needs to improve going forward. That's all it is with Dorgu. He's at the point where I've seen enough already in the short time. I think he's played 10. He's played like 9 league games for us, few Europa League games. I look at it and go, yes, but he needs to improve in the final third. However, similar to how we was talking about the lap and the 10s helping him improve, I think once he has a Cunha or a better 10 and the team is functioning better, even better in midfield, we'll see a better Dorgu because the physical attributes is there. He has a great engine, willing to overlap, gets back, agility, balance, good acceleration, good sprint speed. That's all there. He's strong. Mentality's there. Aggressive enough, like positioning is good. He don't really get caught out defensively as well. It's more so decision making and execution, crosses, passing. That'll come in time. And he's at the point where, again, maybe he's the backup left wing back. Would I prefer a better left wing back going forward? Yes. Bring me 8 Nori in an instant. And if Dorgu's back up to that, cool, but that's 25 million. Guess what? That's backup money.
And also, just like I think how he's been kind of utilizing Harry Amas, I feel like he's going to be part of the plans next season too. Because there were reports that I heard that they were going to give him a new contract. So I think that it's just going to be, we'll probably see him as well. And to be fair, like I've actually been a little impressed with Amas. I didn't think he'd be ready for the league, but in some of the games that I have seen him, he's been decent. Like nothing too spectacular or anything like that, but he's been decent. Someone who could basically find his way and all those type of things. So we'll see. Big up to YG. Of course, every single time this guy had me cracking up yesterday, me and Orange Fox and all that. That shit was so funny. Couple of questions though, for you, Flawless. Euro Mazraoui, Delict back three is the way to go. Agree or disagree? For me, I would say with what we currently have.
Yeah, even though I'd prefer a left-footed, left-sided centre back, Euro's improved so much in the recent weeks that you can't leave him out of there. Like he looks composed on the ball, off the ball. The shot against Leon that he blocked with his face, I'm like, all right, because that's not something you associate with a centre back who likes to get on the ball and is a modern day, but that's defending. Like man blocked the shot with his face, people. Knowing that it wasn't a Lindelof thing where it just hit him. He literally stumbled, hit the deck, and was like, all right, I'm going to block this shot with my face. Bravery. Gotta rate that. That's someone people want to talk about dying for the badge. That is dying for the badge right there. So yeah, I'd go with that back three.
Yeah, man. Mazraoui's been quality. Like I know you said that he'd be your player of the season. Like I think, he's just been on a consistent basis, 7 out of 10. Genuinely. And I've also one thing that I've noticed is like when Ruben first stepped in, our back foot, like even though to a certain extent we did set up well defensively, a lot of the goals that we did concede were mistakes at times, but they've recovered on them. Like I feel like they've gotten better in terms of that aspect, like the players that we do play, the partnerships that we do play, obviously giving them consistent minutes here and there. I've not really had an issue defensively. Like I've never really felt like, oh man, these guys are just crap. And it's just it's those type of things. It could be that maybe they're getting trying to get gelled with the system and trying to also just get gelled with each other in terms of like a partnership and how they are around each other. But at times, bro, I just feel like Euro for sure. I can't stop praising him because he's been so good, bro. And I am so happy that we got him over Real Madrid. Because hey, listen, if they had him against Arsenal, maybe it could have been a different story. Maybe it could have been a different story, just saying. But yeah, like Euro's been, there was a stat where he didn't get dribbled past for 12 games straight. Yeah. And since that Southampton game, I think he's responded so well. Like I don't see him making mistakes like that at all. Like he genuinely looks like our best center back every single time. So calm and composed. You could fizz the ball to him. He don't give a shit. Like he'll literally be fine.
We've seen
it happens to him all the time. Onana fizzes it to him. Maguire will fuck up and give him some random ass pass, and he just recovers well every single time. Doesn't look shaky at all either. So I'm happy with Euro, man. Like I think we've definitely got one player for the future for sure when it comes to Euro. Heaven's the same one too. I know YG. YG absolutely loves Aiden Heaven. Yeah, he gets in the back line for sure. Too. Like we've been waiting for him to get back. Hopefully,
it's good to have options, though. Hear what we're talking about. It's good to have options because maybe we try Euro central centre back and it's Maz one side and Heaven the other. Maybe it's that. Maybe Maz misses out and he goes to right wing back and it's Delit with Euro and Heaven, which is what I'd like to see because I do prefer a left-sided centre back, a left-footed centre back at left back. I mean, a left-footed centre back at left-sided centre back.
At left side, left-footed at left-sided centre back. Yeah, I got you. RSV says Ugarte, Delict are my hit or misses. Okay, Delict is not a VVD, Rio, Vidic, Stem, Terry, Campbell type of centre back transfer that can absolutely bolster the defense and guide the team to major trophies and help guide them to success. But I don't think we're looking for that type of player either. I just think we're just looking for a competent back three. That's really just it.
That's it. We're not
looking for those type of players. Yeah.
Yes. This is why it's easier to recruit because we are just looking to get better and become a competent team. Now, if you're third, second, and trying to go win a Premier League or Champions League, that's when it has to be. It's much more difficult to get those players.
That's where like you need like those difference makers. Like
that's where it is.
A lot of these clubs, like Arsenal, for an example, lack difference makers. That's
why Arsenal are looking for difference makers, whereas we're just looking for better. Is the guy to take us to Premier Leagues and champs? That's a whole different conversation. Is he good enough from what I've seen to help us go? Yeah, we can improve and be a top 8 side, top 6 side, top 4 side. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah. 100%. Flawless, where would you put Mount in a starting 11? And then he also says Mount deserves another season, or is he finished? Look, we should have never signed him in the first place. I'm just gonna be so honest. Like, yeah, and I feel like where you're asking this because he scored 2 goals yesterday. But if I asked you this months ago, or I asked any other United fan months ago, I think a lot of them would say the same thing as me. Like, it's not been good. Look at how many games he's played since he's been here. And it's really, I think he's played more games this season than he did last year. Last year, it just felt like he was out for the entire season. And majority of this year too, like whenever he does come back, he's picked up an injury. And yeah, it's been his best season. Like, it's genuinely been his best season. I think in terms of GNA as well, like I think it's maybe on par with one of the Chelsea seasons that he's had at least in the Premier League. Because he scored this weekend, of course, against Brentford. And then he also scored 2 goals in this game as well. But yeah, he's not. I don't see, with all these players that like Flawless was talking about that he would want to have in the club that we've been linked with, I just don't see Mount having a starting 11 spot, because that was what you first asked. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I never wanted Mount in the first place. I never rated him as a player at all, anyways, too. So it's one of those type of things where he can leave and I wouldn't even be fussed about it, bro. Like, genuinely. But what would you say?
Yeah, give it. Yeah, Mount's
another season or finished? Yeah,
no, Mount has been finished.
You keep him as like a squad player, player.
Have to, simply because of the amount of attackers we're potentially letting go, but he should be back up to the backup. I don't let the 2 goals. Yes, he scored 2 very good goals yesterday, impacted the game, plaudits. However, he should be back up to the backup, and no way should he have the number 7 shirt either.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing that does suck though is that Ruben fucking loves him, man. He sees it in his eyes and all that bullshit, you know. Oh man. Anyways,
he sees it in his eyes.
Miguel Gutierrez at Girona is a very good left wing back as well. Certified. Big up for the comment. I have no idea who he is, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. But yeah, hey, listen, if he fits the profile for what we're trying to go for, sure. Because like one thing I will give, well, this is the thing. I don't know if this has been like if Dorgu was an Amorim signing or it was more just a club, because I know we created a fat short list of left wing backs, and there were a couple of players that we did want to get. And we ended up getting Dorgu, of course, and the way that we got him too, we spent a lot of time to try to get him over. One thing I will say though is like I like Dorgu as a player. Like so far he's been good, and it kind of makes me think like, okay, if the manager has identified Dorgu as a profile for this team, I want to kind of see what other profiles that he's looking to bring in. And I would be like, okay, like I see that you've actually picked out a good profile, and this is someone who's actually, we can say has come into the team, has been one of our better players. But it's also like, yeah, I want to see what more do we recruit and what more can we do. But then again, we get into those conversations of we shouldn't give the manager all the keys in terms of recruiting the players. Like the clubs also do need to make some sort of signings, because let's say we do give Ruben Amorim the freedom and this shit don't work out. Now we're just stuck with players who can only play a back 3 system. And it's going to be one of those things like kind of what we're suffering through right now with the players that Ten Hag signed. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But I don't know anything about this guy at all. Certified.
Yeah, I don't know about Gutierrez.
Yeah, man,
I don't
nothing
know
at all.
People coming.
Yeah. Is there an obligation to buy for Betis and Anthony? I don't think so.
No, there isn't. No.
The only obligation. Who is it? Who's the only obligation? Sancho. That's the one. I knew there was one, and he's the only one. Yeah. He's the only one. So yeah, I mean, but I'm not worried about Anthony leaving, bro. If anything, this is helping us. The form that he's on right now with Betis is massively helping us. Why do you think I've been saying all the shit that I've been saying about Anthony? You think I say this because I rate him? No, it's because I want him to be sold. And this is all helping us in terms of him being sold. And also, just like banter aside, I don't think this league suits him. And I was talking about this before you came on, Flawless. There's a reason why him and Garnacho don't work in this system, because they're just not those type of profiles that Ruben's looking for. They're just out and out wingers. And that's not something that he wants. Like when we have seen Anthony, he's played as a wing back. He's not played as that 10, because you know what he's looking for in terms of those positions. And Ahmad is the complete opposite. You can't really say like Ahmad's an out and out winger. He doesn't have like that pace thing to him, but he's so like good in and around the box, technical to like a very, very good level and all those type of things. And that's why he works out in those positions so well. So, but yeah, no obligation to buy for Anthony, but I'm not worried that like we're not going to sell him or whatever. We'll get rid of him. He's been in talks to like go out of the club for a while now. So yeah, we'll get rid of him. Would Mourinho have kept Maguire relevant in the squad this long? It's odd that Brentwaite is suddenly forgotten. I mean, first, like, why does it matter? Like, genuinely, if Mourinho would have kept him or not. But I think I know what you're basically trying to say. Like, oh, why is like Ruben still persisting with a player like Maguire? It's just injuries, and this is just who we have in the squad currently at this moment. This is not. I don't think it's a case where like Ruben doesn't want to replace him or wouldn't want to replace him or whatever. I just think this is just who we have. Like he's played heaven over him, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's played players over him, and it's just that those guys are not here currently available, and that's why Maguire is starting. And I think that's really just it. Like, there's nothing more to it. That's really just why he's probably currently playing him at the moment. Cool. We're gonna close out in probably like the next 5 to 10 minutes, people. Very good question here from Sign. I think this is probably the best question to close it out with. Flawless and Sheik, are you confident United win against Spurs, or are you a little worried? We'll go to you, Flawless.
Confident, yes. Worried, no. Worried is the wrong word. I mean, yeah, worried is the wrong word, but I am
nervous.
Nervous is not even the right word. Wary. That's what I'd say.
Wary.
I want to say I'm worried because Spurs don't worry me. They're not a good team.
Yeah.
But the problem is that what worries me more is Manchester United. This ain't Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur. This is Manchester United versus Manchester United. So I am confident because I think we do, even though they beat us 3 times, I think we have more X factor in a one-off game. That's it. And we've got players who have been here before as well in regards to the final. But I don't write off Spurs. And Spurs will be confident. Their fans will be confident because we've been dreadful. Yeah. Rightfully so. This is too awful. When you're facing an awful team, of course that gives you confidence. These men have been dreadful all season long. We can beat them. And they have beaten us 3 times this season. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'd say about that.
Yeah, but same.
I think we win it, though. I've said this. I think we win the competition.
Yeah, I said this yesterday, too, in the match reaction. I said at the start of this stream as well. I think we win it. And if you ask me, I would have probably preferred Bodo. Of course. I think a lot of us would have preferred Bodo Glimt in the final. That's a no-brainer. Also considering the fact that like we've beaten them already this season. But it's like, look, it's Spurs at the end of the day. There are very, very few teams in the world where I would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna lose to them in a final. I back us a lot in finals over, and this is just like, I think this is just the case for any final. It could be anyone's game from there. You forget about how your season's gone. You forget about all the past shit that you've been through. You forget about all of those things, and you just literally have to win that 90 minutes, like that one game of just 90 minutes, and that's it. And whoever wakes up feeling great is probably going to win. Like, it's one of those type of things where whoever wakes up, is passion, intensity, all those type of things that we like to talk about as United fans. If they show more passion, we'll probably get over the line. But like Flawless said, I'll do one better. He said it's Manchester United versus Manchester United. I think it's Ruben Amorim versus team selection. That's what it is. That's genuinely what it is.
Hey, all right, Ruben Amorim versus 100 team selections. Who wins?
I tell you, wouldn't care, man. Honestly, how about we do like Ruben Amorim versus just some sort of fucking accountability? Let's just start off with that.
That's how shit's gone. Versus accountability. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, man. Let's just start off with that. Like, we'll probably hear all those type of things when the season ends. But I'm not like worried about this Europa League final. I said this too. I think we beat them. But it's again, same thing like Flawless. Like, things can go wrong. It's not like things can't go wrong. Things can definitely go wrong. How will it go wrong? I just explained it. It's Ruben Amorim versus team selection. So,
Ruben Amorim versus team selection is crazy.
It really is, though. Am I wrong? It's been like that for the past couple of months, bro. Ruben Amorim versus team selection.
That's why I said Ruben Amorim versus 100 team selections. Who 100
wins? 100 team selections. Yeah, it's Ruben Amorim probably wins, to be honest, bro. In that case, because we know he's gonna put out daft lineups anyways. So, cool. Last couple of comments. I want Anthony to expose Maresca's inverting tactics. I'd be happy to see him light up right wing for you guys if it means Ahmad gets more attention. Yeah, like I said, man. What's your thoughts on him? Would you keep him or you would get rid of him?
Who Anthony? Oh yeah, he's got to go, man. You got to go. Bye, man. See you later. Cut our losses. He's doing well at Betis. Hopefully, he scores, beats Chelsea in the Conference League, and if we can get anything, north of 20 million or north of that, I'm all for it, man. get him gone, get his wages off the book, because I believe he's one of our highest earners. Cool.
Yeah. I think he's over maybe 200K. I think he's like over 200K
and it's fine.
like that.
Keep it stepping.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to do like I wouldn't say I love, but I hate when people like we do this like revisionism. Oh, well, he's in that league. He's doing great. We should bring him back. Oh, well, you know, Bruno Fernandes has been playing so well for us in the Europa League. Look at this captain carrying the team at his back, savior, all that bullshit. He deserves to stay. Oh, Garnacho and Højlund. Like, let's say they score in the Europa League final or whatever. They deserve to stay. Like, I hate all those type of things. And our fan base is the best at that. We did that for the FA Cup final last year with our manager. We did that. Like we were like, oh, he's won us a trophy in a shit show of a season. We should like keep him. Which is crazy that I'm saying this because it's literally the same thing for Ruben. But it's like with how I felt with Ten Hag and how I feel with Ruben currently right now in this season. I actually have things that I kind of look forward to next season, whereas I didn't have things I was looking forward to under Ten Hag because I know how things were going to be. And I know how we were going to play. I know how we were going to set up and all of those type of things. And I kind of like Ruben came here. One of the biggest things that he did was, and I said this, I remember when we were talking about Ruben joining the club, I said one of the biggest things that I want from Ruben to do is to get one of these players gone, like to get all of these guys who are, you know, the big personalities in our club gone. And he started off his tenure with that. He got Rashford out of the club immediately. Like he started him in his first game. And then after that, that whole shit show started where he's like, oh yeah, I don't want to play him. Stop asking me about Rashford. Wasn't even showing up on the bench. Wasn't even part of squads and all those type of things. And that's something that he did. So like, in terms of that, I'm kind of looking forward to next season. Whereas we had our previous manager who was like, oh yeah, Rashford banged 25 goals in a season. I don't need to sign a striker. I don't need to sign more attacking players because Rashford's just going to do it again. And changing up his system and catering to these players. And that's just something that that's the worst scenario that could happen from Ruben Amorim. The worst scenario could be is that he's like, you know what, in a shit season like this, I played them in the Premier League time and time and they didn't have good performances, but somehow in the Europa League we've won it. And I think I should give them another chance. Like that's something that I would absolutely hate. Also considering all the things that he said about these players so far. So, yeah. But anyways, we are going to close out. Big up to Sai, of course. Make sure you guys run up the likes and stuff. Let me know who is live, or I'll check it myself real quick. And,
I'm about to go live from still.
Oh, you're about. Oh, yeah. I'll redirect to you then. Yeah, no problem. Question for you, Flawless. When's your next call-in scheduled? I miss them shows.
I do them every Monday. The reason why I didn't do it last week, Monday, is because it was football. No, was I out? I was out. That's why I didn't do it on Monday. I was out and about. That's what it was. And then obviously with NBA, that's kind of messed up the scheduling as well. No, I wasn't out. I tell a lie. We did back again. That's why we did back again late on the Mondays or save always with the babes jokes because I was actually on stream. You go check it out because you know this clown next to me was about to say always with the babes. So no, I was on back again. About to say it. Yeah. Tell your face that. You know what I'm saying? And this guy just lied, yo. Tell your face that you joke, man. I seen your face light up. So yeah, I do them every Monday, 10:30 p.m. UK. It's just like I said. With scheduling of NBA and things of that nature, that's why you don't get. That's why I didn't do it last week, but it should be back this week. I'm waiting to hear from Bayesian Reds because I might do it. I might do it Sunday. I might do it late Sunday.
Yeah, cool. There we go. There's one question I wanted to get to as well. Wouldn't Anthony sell to Betis leave you guys limited on the right wing? We don't play right wingers. That's the thing. We play 10s. That's why it's like we wouldn't be limited. With who we're linked to, basically, with all these like profiles and players that we're linked to. So yeah, it's like. I don't think we need him, man. Like he's doing well for Betis. Good luck to him. It's not like I hate the guy or whatever. Like good for him. Genuinely, I'm happy to see that he's performing well. And that goal that he scored yesterday, by the way, was an absolute screamer. That free kick was absolutely insane.
He's got Chelsea, man. He's gonna see you, man.
Hey, just do something for us. That's all I'm saying, man. Do something for us, man. You guys are gonna see that Brazilian demon on the wing. Like Cucurella is gonna have nightmares, fam. Like I'm telling you.
Eddie gonna be on one.
Man, are you gonna do watch along for that game?
Yeah. I'm doing a watch along for the conference.
We shall be there, man. We shall be there. We shall be there.
We need a better swing.
We shall be there. Anthony hype, exactly. But cool. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Of course, shout out to my bro Flawless for making it on the channel yet again every single time. I've already said this from time and time. I wouldn't be here without Flawless. I wouldn't have this channel without Flawless. So absolutely appreciate Flawless every single time. I know you said you're gonna go live for a show right now, but what else do you have like coming up on the weekend and stuff, just for the people who are new and all that?
So big up people, big up first and foremost for having me. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button there. Let's get Shik to 1K because we putting dedication and great work. Stretford Chronicles, Mud Brothers, the whole nine. Over the weekend, Premier League watch-alongs coming up. There'll also be NBA playoff watch-alongs as well, people. So that's all you lot need to do. Just keep a lookout for all of that. What's it called? All the schedules. Each platform has its own schedule. So the YouTube channel, Sarcasm City TV, there's a schedule there. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV, or just download the Playback app from your app store, people.
And I have the link in the description as well. I have the link for Flawless's Playback and also YouTube in the description below. So definitely go there, man. It's absolute vibes on the Playback. And that's where we do like the watch-alongs, just like Flawless said, the United watch-alongs, all these other games and stuff like that. NBA, of course, if you guys are NBA fans in the chat, pull up to the Playback, man. Great people over there. Great vibes, great fun, man. Absolutely love it. So yeah, definitely do check that out. Are you going live for the Chelsea one or the Spurs one?
Yeah. The Chelsea one. I'm literally gonna go live in a second. Yeah, the Chelsea.
I've just set it up. I
appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, bro. You already know. But cool. That has been episode number 15 of the Stretford Chronicles. I'll tell you a little bit about on Monday. All I'm gonna say is, guys, you do not want to miss Monday. You do not want to miss Monday. Don C, Eli, the Arsenal fans, we are going to speak to them about their Champions League exit. We're gonna have everyone there. I'm literally telling you, it's going to be the funeral of Arsenal Football Club this season. So pull up. I'm planning to get mics as well. So mics will probably be a special guest on Monday.
Love that.
So yeah, definitely check that out. Of course, it's like the reason why I wanted to have him on was to talk a little bit about the United West Ham game, but we're not even gonna do that. We're just gonna cook Arsenal all fucking stream. So pull up. Make sure you guys are 10 p.m. UK. You guys got your schedules and all that stuff ready, because we will go live for Mud Brothers on Monday. I'm going to just keep it a buck, like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Well, he's not probably going to be he's not going to be a
that's a keep it a buck, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it a buck, like Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm probably not going to be around on Sunday for the game against West Ham. I'm probably not.
Yeah, I understand.
Because like it's just it's just meaningless to me, bro. Like genuinely. It's just so meaningless to me, and I'm also like I'm pretty sure I'm busy that day. So yeah, you won't get any content.
Yeah,
like
man, you got to deal with the babes back in the set. Well, big up to the chat. I'll chat to you after the show.
No worries. No worries. Yeah,
the babes said hello.
Yeah. Oh man. I give Flawless anything. Just say one thing, and it's just it's alley-oop every single time. But yeah, anyways, like I'm not gonna be around on Sunday for you won't see a match reaction, you won't see any of those type of things. And what I'm going to start doing when the season is coming very, very close to an end, is during the off season, we're going to do still shows like regarding team of the seasons, regarding like review of the season. So like Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Manchester City, Liverpool. I'm going to have shows for all those clubs where I'm going to have fans for all those teams basically give reviews of the season, talk about their seasons, all that type of stuff. So there's no content going away anytime soon. And there's going to be like a shit ton of content that I'm trying to pump out this summer. I'm trying to pump out right now. And yeah, man, we're just on the grind to get to 1K. That's really, really just what it is. So big up to everyone. And yeah, we're going to be redirecting to Flawless stream, just like he said. It is the United Chelsea show where you will see Surfer, Ahmed, all those crooks and all those type of things. All those guys on that show, and obviously the biggest crook himself, Flawless. But yeah, make sure you guys do write Shik TV raid in the chat when we do go over to his channel. Like the video, subscribe to him. The link is in the description. If you're not going to watch it, just do it right now. And yeah, we will all catch you guys in the next one. Are you planning to do Club World Cup watch-alongs? Fuck it, why not? Fuck it, why not? It's content at the end of the day, so yeah, why not? Why not? But yeah, we'll probably see a lot of gaming content this summer. There's some things that me and Flawless have talked about too in terms of games. You're probably going to see me put Flawless through like 5 tables in WWE 2K25 very, very soon. We're going to see probably us in 2K, maybe zombies. There's like a lot of things that we're probably going to do this summer. Mario Kart, like all that type of stuff.
Gaming content, yes.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, big up to everyone. Obviously, thank you, Flawless, for showing up once again. And we will all catch you guys in the next one. Up until then, as always, Arteta in.
Champions of